This show may contain language and subject matters that are not suitable for a younger audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion? This is a podcast. Son of a bitch! Hello and welcome to Weird Careers. I'm your host, E.T. All over the globe, yes, it's round, people get up and go to work. But there are some fun and unusual jobs out there, and I'm here to explore them. Everything from comic book letterers to voice actors and everything in between. So please join me on my journey around the world as I dive deep into these jobs. Please follow me on the socials at Weird Careers Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and the show itself on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and so much more. If you think you have a weird or interesting job, stay tuned to the end of the show and find out how to get a hold of us. On today's episode, we have Jenn, who is a flow artist from Nova Scotia. Jenn, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm super stoked to be here. We're trying to do this for a minute.
Right? I'm so excited that we're finally able to sit down and do this. This is so exciting.
Yeah, I know. It's been a very, very long process, but we are here, and I'm so stoked.
It's so exciting. So, before we get into the ebbs and flows, tell us a little bit about yourself outside of what you do.
I am 33 years old. I am somebody who has ADHD and autism, spectrum disorder, and OCD, so I tend to obsess. This goes into all aspects of my life, my hobbies, my interests, everything. So flow has very much just become my life. Outside of work, so I'm a massage therapist by training. So I do that in my regular life to help fund my flow life. And then with the flow stuff, that's like my piece outside of work. That's my physical activity. That's my safe space. That's my thing. When I'm not doing that, I watch a lot of Netflix. Love on the Spectrum. Shout out to my homies. I love that show. But like comfort TV in the background while I'm just like puttering around. Yeah, I'm always kind of doing something. I'm a busy bee.
Busy bee.
Yeah,
I love
like
it.
all the time.
So, flow art is such a broad term. It covers so many different skills, so many different talents, everything from dancing to juggling and hula hooping. Now, what is flow for you?
Oh man, for me, like I said, it is like my safe space. It's my escape. It's like where I go to process life. My brain is a very loud place a lot of the time, and when I get into what we would call a flow state, and people get into this state in various different things. It doesn't have to be flow arts. It doesn't have to be that type of thing. People get into flow state just dancing. People get into flow state running. It's that state of calm and peace where everything is just clear and your brain is quiet. I get there with flow for me. Put on the right music, get into the right area outside or just in like a quiet space, and I will just get lost. And I've been gone for a bit, and it's just like this most like magical place. So for me, I use fans and I use hoops and I use something called boogang or S blades. So those are pretty cool. They're kind of like a Tai Chi almost. Like you really gotta really think about what you're doing, but it's another like mindful movement art. So there's like so many different layers to it, and everybody kind of uses it for different things. But that would be like what it is for me specifically.
That's beautiful. I love that. How did
Thank
you discover? Of course. How did you discover all this?
So flow for me started about 4 years ago. So around the time of COVID. So closely around the time that we met, actually. When I started that. Yeah, honestly. So when you found my TikTok, which that's how we kind of connected.
Right?
That was around when I really got going with it. That's when I started like posting it. That's when things started kind of taking off a little bit more with it. But before that, like my background, I started dancing when I was 5. I was 5 years old in my first like ballet class. And then I tried gymnastics when I was a kid, the ADHD busy kid. My parents were like, just keep her busy and she'll stay out of trouble. Just go do something. And then like I would get, overwhelmed, overstimulated, not want to go. The transition was really hard and I didn't understand what was happening. So instead of sticking with things, I would quit. My parents were
Mm-hmm.
just like, whatever, just quit, do something different. So I kind of went back and forth with dance and gymnastics for years when I was a kid, and then I really planted myself with it. And then I graduated dance, graduated high school, and they were like, "Well, go be an adult." And I was like, "Oh, my passion, my obsession, my life is gone. Who am I? What do
Right.
I do?" So then I literally spent years just like fumbling around, trying to do different jobs, trying to like to fit myself in this neurotypical box of life that I just don't fit in. And then COVID happened. And I was like, huh, I thrived during COVID.
Oh my God, same.
Thrived.
Mm-hmm.
Thrived. People were like, I
Mm-hmm.
fucking hate this. Like, I love being alone. I am so organized. I'm eating so well. I'm taking really great care of myself. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The world was like, ah! And I was like, so this was when things started kicking off in my brain too. And I'm like, there's something different. Because
Yep.
everybody else is freaking out. And I'm like, this is fine. And then during lockdowns, a dance studio near me started doing online classes for free.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's look at this then. So I got into dance again, and then I discovered the rave community of Halifax, which quite honestly saved my life. That's a whole other story. But those humans saved my life. They helped me discover who I am, and they introduced me to my first like flow art.
Mm-hmm.
My first prop. My friend Amy actually put a hula hoop in my hand and was like, "Here." And I was like, "Whoa, this thing is so cool." And then I really just started playing with it every day during lockdowns. I was like, I'm bored. I'm going to do this. I'm bored. I'm going to do this. And then I found fans, and fans and dance just go together so beautifully. And then it just kind of has grown from there. It's been quite the journey.
That's
Thanks,
beautiful.
COVID, I guess.
Right, right.
Which most people wouldn't say, but I'm like, I would.
That's all. Yeah, I was the same way when COVID was going on. Like that's when this show was developed.
Mm.
This show was that
A lot of my friends with autism.
right, right. So when COVID happened, this show was born as a product of COVID. Um, which is interesting because, like you were saying, that's neurodivergence. We absolutely
We did.
thrived during
We
COVID
really did.
because everybody who was judging us was not there.
Well, exactly. Exactly. And I felt safe. I didn't realize. I didn't realize it. And I think that's also why there's been such an upkick since COVID for people like really pushing to figure out what's going on. Because I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people during that time were like, "Oh my gosh!" Because I know the director of the little docu series that I did there a little bit ago, they were saying the exact same thing. Joey said the exact same thing that they thrived during COVID. And asked me the same thing, like, oh, like, how was it for you? And I was like, honestly, dude, it was the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really interesting to hear that conversation from them, and then now hearing it from you as well. I'm like, oh, huh,
Yeah,
interesting.
interesting. So, like,
Yeah.
are there any because you it sounds like there's a lot of skill attached to this art, this art form. What kind of skills are you honing and developing getting into this?
Um, for me, I pull a lot from dance,
Mhm.
but you don't have to. this is also the most fun thing about flow arts is like if you go on Instagram or TikTok or any of those like platforms and you just look it up, you're gonna see it's different everywhere. Any single human that picks it up and does it, they interpret it in their own way with their own style and their own background, and that is what is so cool about it is it doesn't actually have to be skillful. Like, yeah, it absolutely is. Like, my lord, there's people out there. Gosh, Grace something, Grace Good or Grace God. She performs like a lot of different things, and she can spin like 7 hoops while balancing on a ball. It's incredible.
Wow, that's
That takes a lot
amazing.
of skill, and it takes a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
body work and like really body awareness. So like with flow, like yoga, is really helpful. Strength training is really helpful.
Mm.
But yeah, you can take it kind of anywhere you want, which is really, really cool. And like I've started teaching classes, and a lot of my students are like fresh beginner, and I've watched them grow over the last, few months, and it's been really amazing to see people pick up a new skill that they never had before. And like I said, for me, it's I incorporate dance into it, but each of them has now taken it in their own way. So like one of my students, he takes dance classes outside of my classes, and he's doing like whacking classes,
Oh,
and he's
cool.
really good at it. And now I can see that translating over into the flow that he is now doing, and it's really cool to see
I
him
love
take
that.
his own learning and make it his own thing. So yeah, like it can be skillful, but it also doesn't have to be. That's the fun. You can make it whatever you want.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's for literally everybody. Yeah, it's for literally everybody. Like I've taught my partner how, and he's like a straight male, and I've taught him how to flow with veil fans, and he does quite a good job. So you don't. It's
That's
for literally
beautiful.
everybody. Yeah, anybody, any size, gender, doesn't matter who you are. Flow is for everybody.
That honestly is beautiful. It's really nice to find something like that where it can be literally anybody can take advantage
Yeah,
of it. That's
anybody.
incredible. But before we get into the benefits of flow and how to actually get into it, we are going to take a moment for you to hit pause, take a pee break, make a coffee, or whatever it is that you need to do. So don't turn that dial. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jen, a flow artist from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and you're listening to Weird Careers with Eric.
And welcome back to Weird Careers. We have Jen, who is a flow artist all the way from Nova Scotia, Canada. Welcome back.
Hello, currently chilling in Toronto, Ontario, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that is the most
Ah,
east coast way of saying Ontario, and I love it.
is it? Yeah, no, I definitely, that comes out dad, sad, mad. Yeah, it comes out. It comes out sometimes. People are like, oh, you have an accent. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, yeah, you kind of do. I'm like, oh,
A little bit,
I was not
just
aware.
just a little bit,
Was
only a
not
little bit
aware.
though. So, what are the physical benefits of flow art? I know there's physical and like mental healing benefits as well, but
Yeah.
let's talk about physical for a moment.
Yeah, so really, I mean, the physical benefits are like your cardio, you're physically moving.
Mm.
And it can be as physically demanding or not physically demanding as you want it to be. Again, that's the beauty of it. Take it at your own pace, work on things that feel good within your own body. It helps a lot. Like I find flow incredible for like I said, I'm a massage therapist. So my wrists, my hands, my shoulders, my elbows, mobility and strength. It helps with all of that for me. I use my shoulders, I use my wrists, I use my like arms and everything. So mobility is another really big one.
Mm.
A lot of people like, oh, you go to the gym? Like, no, I don't. I do not go to the gym. I do flow. I do flow arts. That's all I do. It's my exercise. It's my form of physical activity. It's what I do. Is flow. Um, and again, depending on the prop that you're using, will determine kind of what level of physical exercise you're getting.
I guess it would also hone in like coordination skills as well.
100%. 100%. Like your brain and hand together, whatever that is, really getting that connection.
Mhm.
It works those pathways a lot too, right? So physically, you're just becoming more aware of your own body and how it moves,
Mhm.
and like how it moves in space. And yeah, like your proprioception. I don't know if you know that word, but
Oh, what's
helps
that
with
word
that
mean? I don't
too.
know that one.
Proprioception is like your awareness of your space, so like your body in your space.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, proprioception.
Proprioception. I like that. I like that one.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
like
so
it.
it's like your physical body awareness of space. So like I'm here, there's a table here in front of me, this is how far it is away from me. It's like your actual sense of space.
So speaking of awareness, so that kind of gets into the emotional and the actual like spiritual healing benefits of flow. So let's dive into that.
Yeah, so I mean really we can go back to the flow state thing that I mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
As far as like the mental goes, so you can really kind of get into a real meditative state with it. Um, really like disconnect from the world outside and really connect with the prop and the music and the moment that you're in. Um, for me, a lot of people like watch my videos and they're like, "Oh, they look choreographed." I'm like, "Well, that's because they are. They are. Top secret. They are." So usually, like, I'll put on a playlist or like Fridays are great because it's like new music day on my playlist. So I usually go through and see if there's anything that jumps out at me. And if I hear a song that really strikes a chord with me, typically it will then manifest in my brain onto a prop. And I know that sounds wild. But usually what happens is I'll hear a song and then I'll be like, okay, this song lends itself really well to a hoop or my fans or a boogang or
Okay.
boy or whatever. I'm like, okay, I can really see the beats of the music onto the prop outside my head. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if
Okay.
that would look cool with that particular moment of the song. So it really gets my creative brain going. Um, and it gives me kind of like, I don't know, just a lane to go down and create, disconnect, and then feel my feels and get anything that's in my brain onto the prop and out into space. So it's like so therapeutic for me, and I know other humans like that experience that same thing. But I can see it,
I love
which
that.
is really kind of interesting. It sounds a little wild, but
I
yeah,
think that's
very
awesome. I think
mindful.
it's really cool.
Thanks.
I love it. So we were talking about you were talking about sorry that you were when you are visualizing um in your visualization is where you pick your prop. Is that the same for everybody or is that again to each person?
Everybody is unique, and everybody's gonna go to what feels good for them as far as props go. My best friend, Josh, he uses a flow star. He's like, oh, you can totally do this. You hoop. It'll make sense. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't connect. I do not connect with this prop at all. I very much struggle to figure it out, but like watching him with it, I'm like, wow, that looks magical. And like you really get into your flow state there. And he's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, I can't figure it out for the life of me. So everybody kind of connects with things in their own way.
Okay,
For
okay.
me, it started with hooping and progressed to like everything else. But I always will go back to my hula hoop usually. At the end of the day, it's kind of like where it started for me. But everybody will just kind of connect to something.
I love that.
up. Yeah. So you like pick it up and try it. And this is why like during my classes, like I always end them with like free time and I bring all of the stuff that I have for people to try and use and get their hands on just to see. Like one of my friends came and was like, I actually really liked playing with the poi. And I'm like, cool. That's awesome. I'm glad that you connected with that prop and maybe you can keep growing with that. Awesome. That's not one that I really teach because it's one that I'm still learning. It's quite
Mhm.
complicated, but I know some people that are very, very good with them. And if that's your thing and you connect with it, cool. Take it, run with it, go with it. It can be an expensive hobby to get into, and this is also why I try and share it the way that I do with folks. Come to class, get your hands on the equipment, see how it feels for you, and then after that, if you want to take it that step further, I can help you find it. There's ways to make props, there's ways to buy them, there's so many avenues you can go down to explore it. So that's kind of why I do it that way as well.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what are your future goals in your with your flow art?
It's a good question. Because when I got into this, I thought performing, I thought, being on a stage was ultimately where I really wanted to go with it. And performing is fun. Performing's great. It's a fun time. I will say I get, wicked stage fright every time before. I feel sick to my stomach before I get up there. And there's just like a lot of like physical and emotional and brain capacity that goes into the
Mhm.
performing arts side of it. Like I said, it's fun. It's fun to become a character. It's fun to put something together for a stage and a performance and an act. But I've really like I found my passion in creating and teaching, to be honest with you. And I really love the process of watching other people pick it up and do something with it.
Mhm.
Um, that's been just getting into performing. I kind of lost my love for it. I'll be totally honest with you. And it really like I
Hmm.
took a step back and I was like, I'm not passionate about this anymore. It's making me weirdly competitive and I don't really like it.
Mhm.
Um, So I took a step back and I was like, man, like what happened? I'm like, because I'm not really doing it in the way that brings me joy and passion. My joy and passion is in creating
Mhm.
and making something with it and with making something with the music. And when you're performing, you're performing. You're free flowing, you're up there, you're kind of feeling it out, and it's fun. But when you're creating, there's just like another level of it. And I don't know how else to describe it. It's just another level and it just brings out something else in me. So like I would absolutely love to eventually have a school, a performing arts school where people can come and learn and we can have like a showcase once a year to like show your family, show your friend, like a dance recital.
Mhm.
Tell people what you've been working on. Come together and like create something cool as a group. Like, could you imagine just like a group performance with like fans on stage? Like,
Oh,
I've
that'd be
seen it.
so amazing.
I've seen it. I've seen other artists do it, but like, I would love to create something like that with a group of people and put it on a stage. So like that, that is really where I want to go with it. Like, just continue creating and build a place where people can come and grow and hone their art and learn. Um, and where I can guide folks. Like if performing art is what you want to get into, I can absolutely help you navigate that too. Like there's ways to do it. Um, it's a business like anything else.
Mhm.
Um, and it's a tricky one, especially as like a neurodivergent human who
Mhm.
struggles with social skills. A lot of networking, and I have a hard time with that.
Of
Um,
course.
so yeah, it's like a place to grow and learn and develop skill. Like would be so cool. So,
That would be absolutely incredible, and put it out to the universe.
that's what we're putting out.
I'm really hoping that that comes your way because that's something that would
Um,
be amazing. I love that.
and it already has. Like the classes have been so well received, and it's growing like faster than I anticipated it already. And this was just kind of just like I'm just gonna kind of do it.
Hmm.
And now I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna do it, and I'm really gonna put my energy into that. Like I'm moving in July to a quieter space, a slower
Hmm.
space where I can really just like focus. And I'm really looking forward to that. As I put out this energy to the universe, I can absolutely say that it's being received and coming back. So, like
Hmm.
2 weeks ago, there was another artist that was selling 12 sets of practice fans for like next to nothing. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, and right on the post, it was like, these are great if you're a teacher for students. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So I reached out to her. She had 6 of them available. And I was like, dope sauce. I would love to buy these from you for my students. And she was like, cool, let's do it. So we did it. And I already have somebody that wants to buy a pair for me and get into it. So I'm like, this is
Amazing.
already, right? So like, it's already coming in. I just needed to open myself to it, and I just
Hmm.
wasn't putting my energy in the right place. I was trying to be somebody that I'm not, and being my authentic self and putting this out the way that I have really is coming back in a beautiful way. So, yeah.
That would be so incredible to have everything that you want come your way, and I think it's going to happen.
I think it is. I really do. I think it is too. Been a nice journey, honestly. Didn't think it would get here, but here we are.
So, what is your favorite part about all of this?
The connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I very much I struggle socially, and I have my entire life. Humans are weird, and human behavior is, it's something that I've been fascinated with from a young age, and I didn't even realize it until recently. And then I realized that I very much have connected with other humans around this art form, and it
Hmm.
has brought me some really beautiful connections. And it's given me a way to socialize. It's given me a way to reach out safely to other people and help me socialize in kind of a roundabout way. And anybody who is on the spectrum will completely understand this, and very much connecting around special interests and things like that, because we do struggle to connect. So for me, this has been the biggest benefit of this for me has been the connection. Um, and then the second piece would be the mindfulness and the just healthy way it is for my own brain and
Hmm.
my physical being. It has really truly like changed my life.
I love that for you.
Thank
That's
you.
incredible.
Thank you.
Proud of
That's
you.
thank you, man. I'm like I can finally say that I'm proud of myself. Um,
Good.
uh, flow has been such a part of like my healing journey. Like I can't thank it enough, honestly.
Now, is there any downfalls to this at all?
So like I said, the performing thing was a bit of a downfall for me.
Hmm.
Because when I got into it, I didn't realize the competitive nature of some of it. Like the performing world, the I don't know, the limelight world is in some aspects ego driven, and that's just
Hmm.
how it is. You see it with celebrities and things like that. And as a neurodivergent person, a blunt person, somebody who wants things to be fair and make
Hmm.
sense, I was getting really frustrated with certain levels of it because it is in some aspects about who you know and not about how hard you work.
Hmm.
And that can be really frustrating. As somebody who was like, I was working every day and putting so much energy into this, and then people are like, oh, you're so talented, you're so amazing, you're so this, you're so that, and then I wasn't getting booked for things, and I'm like, well, I don't understand. I don't understand. And then there's no like application process, so I'm like, I don't. again, I'm further not understanding. Like, how do you navigate this if there is no regulation around it and making sense? So
Hmm.
then I just started getting really frustrated and angry around the art form. I'm like, why am I even bothering? Because it's not going anywhere. So it did. I got in my head and I wasn't in a healed enough place to step into that world with confidence. Um, so that was a bit of a downfall, but it was also like a turning point too, for me to go, okay, let's reassess, reevaluate, look at why I get into this in the first place, and then is there a way to make changes? Is there a way to flip things around and make it so other people don't feel that way when they come into this? Yeah, there is. Somebody can help support and navigate and invite people in a different way. So I started that.
Yeah, you did.
And then I have a friend who actually, I'm so proud of her, man. For jumpins. She got on the stage first time last year, I want to say.
Hmm.
She came to see me, and I was like, yeah, no, dude, get up there, like, do it. Got up there, and that girl has taken off. Woo! She's
Woohoo!
crushing it. But she started throwing shows, and guess what? She put in place an
Awesome.
application process. She put in an application process for her shows, and her shows are
Good.
beautiful. And she has a variety of performing artists because she knows what's out there.
That's awesome.
Change right there, and it starts with one, and then it goes and it snowballs. And sometimes you just got to be the person to make the change. So
It's all about the silver
yeah,
lining.
100%. You can always find it.
Exactly. So, do you have any for people who want to get into this, whether it be for performance reasons or therapeutic reasons? Do you have any advice for people who are starting this journey?
Do it. Just do it. Um, if you're curious about it, reach out to somebody about it. Like Nebula Flow Arts on Instagram. Like, find me. I will answer any questions you have. Do your research too. Size does matter when it comes to flow props. So hula hoops, the size, the circumference of the circle will help and determine kind of what you can do with it. Silk fans, same thing. If they're longer, you can get tangled in them a little bit easier. So shorter is better for starting out and learning.
I have seen their bloopers.
Oh yeah, they're the best. I drop the hoop more than it's in my hand, I swear. But just do it. Get out there and do it. If there's somebody in your area, like I'm in Nova Scotia, so it's not a huge area, but I do teach classes in the area. I do want to start traveling and offering like some pop-up workshops around kind of different provinces and stuff if I can. So that's kind of the goal. But yeah, just like and the internet, Instagram, Flow Arts on Instagram, like just look it up, follow the profiles. Like I am a very visual person, so like I can watch somebody do something and then I'll just say, hey, that looks cool. I'm gonna try it. Do it. You can get a hula hoop from the dollar store,
Yeah, you
Walmart,
can.
any of those places, and like there's other places you can get them. The person I'm sponsored by is Utopia Artistry. They are based out of the States, which is a little bit difficult for those in Canada right now. But there's codes and stuff, so my code will save you some money on that, Nebula, which is cool. And then there's actually another lovely being who has started out in Nova Scotia who makes hoops as well, so you can ship kind of within Canada. Faye Flow Studios. She's also lovely and makes beautiful props. So we've got some options as well if you want to get into it. Yeah, like I said, just
All right. Just do it.
do
Just
it.
do it. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on to the show today. I've learned so much, and it's been great to actually finally be able to sit down and do this.
Yes, it's been great.
But before we say goodbye, there is one question we do ask all of our guests. So let's take a trip back in time. Let's take a look at Jenn at 7, 8, 9 years old. What did she want to be when she grew up?
I think she wanted to be a dancer. I'll be honest, like my memory's a bit spotty because drama.
Yep.
But she danced. She always danced. Even like my oldest memory of my first home and when I was 5, so that would have been like 4. The big stereo downstairs making routines in the basement. So like dancing. It's kind of
That's
cool
awesome.
that we've gotten here. And then it's funny, Jen in high school really wanted to be a massage therapist, but didn't because of other people. So here we are.
We've come full circle.
Literally full circle.
I love that.
Full circle
Well,
and flow and hoops. Look at
hey! And then the show comes full circle.
Right?
Thank you again so much, Jen, for coming on today's show. In the info in this episode, make sure that you check out Jen's socials. We will have all of those in the episode details. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, do you think that you've got a cool or interesting job? Maybe you do. Your 9 to 5 could be a lot more interesting than you think it could be. Or maybe your neighbors, or your cousins, or your best friends, or your weed dealers. Okay, maybe not that last one. But if you think you've got a cool or interesting job, shoot us an email at weirdcareerspodcast@gmail.com. Like what you heard? Make sure to give us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to us. It really helps us to get seen. Thanks for listening, and until next time, I'm E.T. Cheers.